Here we go. KXSF LP San Francisco. We are here in the studio. This is KXSF Live. We're here with Daizy, Daizy. I can spell sometimes. And they're going to play some live music for us. You want to get right into it?
dream. Driving way too fast. Chasing down a train. Driving down the highway, I never felt so high. I'm now in control. Nobody's standing by. There's no stopping now. Pedal on the gas. I'm driving down the highway. I'm free at last. Driving way too fast. Chasing down a dream. Driving way too fast. Chasing down a train.
That was Daizy you've been hearing. Daizy with a Z. That was their new song, or newish song, Highway. Hywy. Thanks for being in the studio with us today. Really appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having us.
So for those of you who don't know what you're listening to, this is KXSF Live. I'm your host, Mitch Rocket. We do this every Sunday. We have live bands on the radio, 3 to 4 p.m., almost every Sunday. Next week, it's hardly strictly bluegrass, and we'll take a little break. But we'll be back the week after that with Sutros and Lost Puppy Forever. So, all right. I wanted to ask you guys some questions. First of all, can you just introduce yourselves so folks listening know who's in the band and associate your voices with your, yes, with that one.
My name is John. Is this microphone on?
It is.
My name's Erin.
Maybe say what you play, too.
I play the bass and I sing,
Make
aka
noise.
Elaine.
Feedback guitar.
John's over there on guitar.
Brandon, drums, Chit Chat Cafe, baby.
And I'm Griff, guitar, songwriting,
Singing.
friendship. I don't know. Like we're all
Very
friends.
important,
We're all
yeah.
a bunch of friends from Pacifica, California, and we live in the same neighborhood and hang out and
Shout out
play
Pacifica.
cool music.
Yeah. Awesome. The friendship is very important.
Very.
Even more important than the music sometimes.
Yeah.
But the music is very important as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the glue.
Yeah. So how did you all start playing music together?
Well, John and I had been in a band for a while called Beautiful Priscilla, and we were playing that, and then we kind of took a break from doing that. We had a lot of fun, but we kind of wanted to play guitar together. John was the drummer of Beautiful Priscilla and many other good bands. And we were just like, oh, yeah, let's start this guitar project, and we started playing with Erin. We were like, oh, yeah, Erin, you're going to play bass for us. Erin didn't know yet, but she was going to play bass for us. And then just randomly, we had jammed a little bit, and we met a woman named Ginger, who is Brandon's wife. And we were at Winter's Tavern, Pacifica stronghold for
Shout
punk
out
rock
to
music,
Winters.
for rock
Shout
and
out to
roll,
Winters.
for all things music in Pacifica. And we were hanging out with Ginger, and she's like, oh, we're like, oh, yeah, we're doing this thing. We want to get together, and we're trying to find a drummer. She's like, guess what? My husband's a drummer.
There it
And
is.
then next thing we know, I called up Brandon, and then Brandon comes walking in the studio, and then it was on from there. It felt like really good, and I think we went really fast, really quick, but now we've been forming the band and the sound, I think, for over a year now, maybe about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's going pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
also laid down an ultimatum that I'm not playing drums in bands anymore. I finally get to play the guitar,
That's right.
even though I suck at it.
No way. John's
sound like
John's
that.
amazing.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
you
like,
guys
even-
sounded great. It's such a full sound. It definitely doesn't sound like you've just been playing together for a year. You sound very melded.
Nice. We're working at it.
Yeah.
It's
It-
a work
it
in
helps-
progress.
I think it really helps when you have really good players to play with. So that's one thing. Like, if you bring an idea in and then there's all these layers, like John's really a master of the layers of guitar on top, these sounds that create this like kind of schema for people to trip out on. And Brandon's so rock solid and just hammering the drums, and the beats are intricate. Yeah, the beats are intricate, and Aaron's vocals just bring a like an ethereal quality to everything. So it's fun, and I don't know, I'm having a good time.
Yeah. So, what kind of influences do you guys pull from? I would call it shoegaze. Is that like a classification you agree with?
Definitely.
Yes, it's there
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And
we
then I
all
think
have-
it's a mishmash.
Yeah, we all have slightly different backgrounds. For me, I just love shoegaze and dream pop, and My Ability Valentine is always at the top,
Yeah.
and then everything else follows them. But yeah, I just love loud, atmospheric music, especially when you see it live. It just sort of like travels through you, and you hear a lot of stuff in the static. Like, I've always kind of thought that was beautiful. When you hear melody and you hear different things in the noise, I think it's kind of a different experience than just
Yeah.
straight ahead rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's one of the things I love about it too.
I think we pull from some other things too. Like, I'm like really into Kurt Weill, so like I have some like
Yeah.
I think I bring some like songwriting in that way because I've just listened to so much of like the War on Drugs, Kurt Weill, Brian's Jonestown Massacre. I just love the way they write and do things. So my guitar's slightly different from John's, which is I think makes something big happen. And then when you get Aaron banging away on this bass and bring the deep bass and kind of the lyrical structures, Aaron writes all the lyrics, and I think it just starts to pop. And with Brandon, man, we're always having a good time when Brandon's on the drums.
Definitely 90s influence for sure. So, Pixies. I mean, I love PJ Harvey, female vocalists like Patti Smith, so
I heard a little Patty in your voice.
yeah. So, I think it's a melding together of different genres and influences.
Yeah.
Also, one of the things that influenced me about this project in general was like bands like Sebadoh, where there's no real main person, even though it's Lou Barlow's band. But I mean, the songwriting gets split, the instruments they play get split sometimes. So it's that kind of collaborative. Sort of starts out as a side project, and then it sort of grows its own sort of life.
Yeah. So how do you build your songs? Like how does it start? How does it grow?
Sometimes I have a sketch of something. Usually it's just 3 chords that I just keep looping
Yeah.
around and around. And then Griff and Aaron pretty much shape it into a real song from there, because I have problems completing things. I get lost. I get that looper pedal going, and I'm just lost
Oh, yeah.
in a daydream.
I write poetry and I'll bring it to Griff, and then Griff will form it and we'll start to write it, and then we bring it in, and then Brandon is always the wise one. We're always turning to Brandon and say, "What do you think?" And he's like, "Well, what about this?" And we're like, "Yes." So, yeah, it's
Yeah.
collaborative.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Very
fun.
cool.
It makes it fun to have something to work on too. Like when you come into the studio and like John's given some chords, and I'm like, okay, well here's an intro, here's a middle section, here's an outro, and then it gives us something to build off. And I think then we keep forming it and trying to get that sound to come out bigger and bigger. And I'm really excited. Like it keeps getting bigger, and it's shaping into a sound, which yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Well, do you want to play some more of that sound for us?
Yeah,
do
let's
it.
All right, let's get back into it.
Rocket ships, baby, in your eyes. Rocket ships in your eyes, rocket ships in your head. Soft lips and curves that fall on me. Hell yeah!
That was our first song
Oh, what's it called?
Recorded, yeah.
that we ever recorded.
That's where we started.
Very cool. What's the name of it?
Rocket ships.
Oh, well, of course I love it then.
That's right.
Yeah, I love slow headbanging music, and that's exactly what I feel like this is.
Yeah, a little bit of headbanging in there.
Yeah. Well, so let's see. Do you have any exciting shows people should know about coming to the Bay? I know you guys played at Winter's Tavern last night, so unfortunately we can't promo that one. But
We're actually going to be back there on November 7th
there we
with Sparkle Plenty and
Fuzz Attack.
Fuzz Attack.
cool.
Yeah, it should be a good show.
That should be a fun show.
Yeah.
Sparkle Fun and Fuzz.
I think we're chilling a little bit in October. John, you want to talk about what you're doing in October?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so my friend's playing this band, Texas is the Reason, and they're going out. They're celebrating the 30th anniversary of their first release,
Cool.
which I did the photos on. So I'm going out on the road with them on the West Coast to film them, shoot them, supply content. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so I'll be on the road for like 10 days.
Yeah.
There's a big like indie fest in Vegas on the last day. So it's gonna be 3 days of really great bands.
Oh,
So
cool.
October 10th through 12th or 13th, something like that. So.
I didn't know they had indie fest in Las Vegas. I only heard about pop
it's a
punk and like electronic. But
Well, this is all like
yeah.
you know, Jawbreaker, Sam I Am,
Oh, great.
Texas a Reason, but just a bunch of bands. You should look it up.
Yeah. Well, what's the name of that place? That festival?
Best Friends Forever.
Best Friends
Festival.
Forever. There we go.
Can't
Cute.
get more email than that.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
John has some incredible photos from back in the 90s. I just got to say, like, he did a lot of bands. So
Oh,
Yeah.
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 And then, Brandon, you want to plug it? Chit Chat Festival?
Oh yeah, we're doing chili cook-off too at Winters,
that's right.
October 11th.
There you
I'm
go.
playing a couple other bands, Tired Eyes and Warm Tubes. We're going to be playing that show and making chilies. So come down, free chili, free rock and roll.
Yeah. Doesn't get
October
better than
11th.
that.
it's going to be awesome.
And come to the Chit Chat Cafe in Pacifica. Either one is fine. One are right on the pier and one in Manor District.
Yeah, Brandon's in a lot of bands.
Best coffee in the Bay.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
right.
Did you say Outer District?
At least best tri-tip.
Yeah, it's the northernmost district
Of Pacific.
of Pacifica.
Oh, I see. Because yeah.
You
a friend
think
of
of
mine has
the-
a band called Outer District
Oh,
got
that
it.
plays
Got it.
around here. Yeah. He was actually on the show like about this time last year.
Oh,
But,
nice.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So October 11th, Winter's Chili Cook-Off. November something.
7th.
November 7th.
There we go.
That'll be fun. That's a
You
Friday
guys,
night.
yeah.
And then there's some stuff in the works. We'll see. We
Yeah.
got a bunch of bands that we network with, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping when John gets back, I'm going to throw him right into an end of October show.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes.
Cool. And you guys have 3 singles out, or sorry, 3 songs on 2 singles. Do you have any plans to release some more material?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're as soon as I get back, we're gonna hunker down, get some studio time, and
cool.
I mean, we have enough. I think we have enough for almost a full album. So, but
Yeah.
just find the right studio that we can vibe with and get the sound right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, definitely looking forward to doing that. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Also, radio listeners, be on the lookout. You'll see it at some point.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
I should also mention before we get back into more music, for anyone who's listening and wants to play on the radio, you can just email us. It's kxsflive@kxsf.fm. And just drop us a line, and we'll see if we can get you on the air.
That's how we did it.
Yeah, there it
Amazing.
is.
Very,
See,
and
it
super
works.
accommodating, very friendly, and great atmosphere. I got to say, this is super fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Excellent. Yeah, excellent. Oh, and of course, gotta give a shout out to the Ocean Beach Bomber on the sound.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Making them sound good. Let's see. Should we get into some more songs?
Yeah. We got
All
a
right.
couple more.
Couple more.
Got a couple
All right.
more, yeah.
We'll make sure we'll get them in there. Some of them are long. So.
They're long ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's do it.
Halfway out the door, you hang your heavy head. You said you're effing bored. Worst thing you ever said. Nothing can stop this train from crashing. We can turn back time. You are bored and oh so weary. That's what happens when you cross a line. I'm in this empty space, left with words I can't erase. It's true what you said. A gut punch straight to my head. Nothing can stop this train from crashing. We can turn back time. You are bored and oh so weary. That's what happens when you cross a line.
Great.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Thank you so much, Daisy, for being in the studio with us today.
We're
Thank
thrilled
you.
to be here. Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
so much.
Oh, it's a great jam. Well, let's see. You want to say one more time where people can find you next?
We're going to be at Winter's Tavern on November 7th with Sparkle Plenty and Fuzz Attack.
Great bands also.
Yeah,
Great,
great
great
bands.
names.
Bands,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's funny.
Sparkle Plenty, they're for our friends, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it's going to be a good vibe.
Me and the drummer from Sparkle Plenty, we've been friends since we were, I think, 16. So
Oh, yeah.
Justin, shout out to Justin and those guys. They're touring right now in the Pacific Northwest, having a good old time.
Oh,
And we're
very
stoked
cool.
to catch them when they come back, and it's like family style when we play with them. So it's super
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, that's great. Also Pacifica bands there?
No, the Sparkle Plenty, I think they're like San Francisco and East Bay guys. Doug, who's the bass player, he was in some other bands before that. I can't think of a name, like some metal bands, but they have this unique kind of like punk rock. They call it total rock. That's
Ah.
their thing. And
I like that.
if you haven't seen them play, they're like really fun, and they get the energy going. But it's always fun to play with like old friends who you've known since you were a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm 51, so it's nice to play with other people my age too. We do play with a lot of younger bands who are just so talented and amazing. But then when you have friends who've played for a long time, you get to hang out. That's just like
Yeah.
there's like a special vibe to that. So
Totally.
I'm excited to do that show.
That's great. Actually, something I like to ask bands that come on the show often is, what are your favorite other local bands? Who do you recommend we listen to and put on the show?
Tired Eyes. for
Tired
sure.
Eyes. Okay.
They're
calm
awesome.
down.
Yeah. They got a little bit of that 90s beautiful indie sound. Great.
And Brandon's the drummer in that
And
band.
Brandon's the
so
drummer.
I was
We're
going to say,
gonna
I feel
plug
like I
that.
heard that name earlier.
yeah.
October 11th.
October
Yeah.
11th, right.
October
Yeah.
11th.
Warm
Winters,
Tubes,
right?
That's the other
Yeah.
band. That's
Warm
our
Tubes.
friend too, Ed Gomez and Brandon. Yeah, man, they have a cool vibe going. Other bands that I love in the area, Laserbeam, obviously,
Oh, yeah. Big fan.
Trixie and Lucas. Those guys are super cool. We were fortunate to play a show with them this year, and that was super fun. Who else do you like? What's
I'm gonna shout out to Sunday artist Julie Lynn. She's an amazing bass player, and she's in so many different projects. But man, I went to go see them recently, and they blew my mind. They're awesome. They've been playing for a long time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Burning
Great
Curtains.
choices.
Burning
Burning
Curtains?
Curtains.
Oh, we just saw them play.
They're great. Yeah, Never Bored. They just put out a new album, and we went to go see them at their release party. They're great. Good guys.
Yeah, there's so many. So many.
Keep on rattling them off.
Yeah.
Wiley's really good band.
O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Never Young. That's another good Bay Area band that just dropped a new EP. They're great. They have
Sweet.
kind of a Fugazi vibe going.
Cool.
Played a couple shows with them. They're pretty awesome.
We're hoping to connect with my friend Evan from Dogs. They played yesterday at Winters. Chevy D, and he's also plays in Sweets Dendro down the Santa Cruz vibe. They're amazing to see. They were getting down yesterday, like sparking off the whole festival yesterday. So we're
Yeah.
gonna do some stuff with them in the future. Great guys.
This is great information for me because I've heard of like a few of these bands, but most of them are new to me. So that's
Awesome.
a lot of good material. Well, this is a local music show as well. We always the second hour, 4 to 5, we always play local music. So
that's great.
I always need more folks to play. Otherwise, I play the same 7 bands over and over again, which is fine too, I guess. But yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Do you have any recommendations for us to listen to based on what you've heard today?
Oh,
we
man.
like recommendations too.
Yeah, actually, Treasure with a V.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
awesome.
Super
They're
cool.
touring right now.
Yeah, I just looking them up. They're in North Carolina. or
Yeah.
something.
They're
With early
amazing.
background here
They're great.
on 18th. Yeah.
Secretary.
The Secretary. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
That's a new band. They also have, I think, exactly 3 singles out.
Great.
Nice.
The
We'll check
former
'em
guitar
out.
player in my band is the lead vocalist and songwriter in that band.
Nice.
So actually, you guys mentioned you'd seen my band at Winters one time, so you
Yeah.
probably saw Oscar shredding it because he's
Cool.
incredible.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Yeah, there's just so much talent I think right now in the Bay Area. Like I talked to
Yeah.
other friends who like are playing down like in Southern California, and they're just like, man, the Bay Area is just like exploding. There's always people to connect with. There's always like a good vibe somewhere going on. It's pretty incredible. It feels like a big resurgence, even with like smaller venues kind of struggling and shutting down. I think most of the community that's playing music, it just wants to do it for the community and
Yeah.
the fun. I'm going to shout out Winter's Tavern Tuesday nights open mic.
Yes.
Captain Bob. Oh man, he puts on a crazy show. He plays in the Liam Miller band, which is another Pacifica band that's rocking.
Yeah.
But that vibe on Tuesday nights, you can always show up. We've debuted songs there just to practice them and try them out, and there's just players. It's really cool.
It's a great vibe.
So shout out to Winters and Captain Bob and Open Mic.
Absolutely. I have to make it down there. Usually I have band practice on Tuesday nights, but
it goes to 10:30, 11. So like if you get there and you sign up at between 5 or 6, you get on the list, and it's a show the whole time. It's mostly musicians hanging out, although I think it's catching on and lots of people are coming out now.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the word is getting out. Good,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, we love Winter's Tavern here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much. All right, well, we're going to go off the air in just a second, but we'll play some of those local bands. I'm going to start with some Laser Beam because I love
Let's
Laser
do
Beam.
it.
Let's do it. That's awesome.
But first, we have a few business things to take care of. Let's turn that part on. Here you go.
FM dial. And again, we're always online at kxsf.fm. In fact, our programming will continue online right after this message. No matter how you listen, thanks. And don't forget to tell all your friends about San Francisco's community radio station, KXSF. KXSF LP, San Francisco.